say I'm grumpy about this week would be putting it lightly. Very grumpy. And you'll know why when I start off with Little Caesar's Legion against me, the AnCapistanians. We'll start with Yahoo's take. Little Caesar's Legion took advantage of the highest score by a player this season with 42 points from Julio Jones. How dare you, Julio Jones, to beat the AnCapistanians 116.14 to 101.78. Little Caesar's Legion came into the matchup as the underdog with a projected spread of 11.99. With this loss, the AnCapistanians scored 96.8% of their projected points and has now failed to meet projections every week this season. The AnCapistanians had two players ranked highly this week. Blake Bortles scored 25.88 points, while Steve Smith Sr. put up 21.10. Little Caesar's Legion earned a sportsmanship trophy starting Stephen Gostkowski 0 points to prevent the result from being even worse. Little Caesar's Legion 3-1 with 389.40 points climbs into third place, and then AnCapistanians 2-2 400.76 points drops to 11th place. I hate your soul. I hate your soul so badly right now. Consider this friendship over. All right, now we have Liberty Beans and Jim Bob's Cooters. Well, Liberty Beans put on a show in this matchup, registering the highest score this week to stop Jim Bob's Cooters. Ouch. Don't really enjoy having a cooter stepped on. Anyway, Jim Bob's Cooters 130.92 to 80.82. Is this fantasy football or mixed martial arts? That is super cheesy, but once again, mixed martial arts, man. You know what that stands for? That. Here we go, just in case you can barely see that. MMA, mixed martial arts. MMA junkie right there. Yeah, hardcore, right? Hardcore. Anyway, because this 50.10 point margin of victory was nothing short of a beatdown and was the 5th highest recorded in the league this season. Jim Bob's Cooters, coming off a 117.20 to 115.38 win against Daka Prescott, saw their scoring fall off this week. Liberty Beans 2-2. 422.32 points climbed into 9th place, while Jim Bob Cooters 1-3, 371.12 points drops to 16th place. Well, apparently Cooters is losing and Liberty Beans is, wow, catching some steam. 2-2. All right, maybe I'll start saying that. No, I will never say nice things about Liberty Beans. Change that friggin' picture if I have to look at Gary Johnson any longer. Ew, gross. Look at you. Imma Lose to Kim is over here continuing not to lose to anybody but against Atlas Dabbed, who continues to lose to everyone. Well, here we go. Yahoo's take. Imma Lose to Kim earned their 3rd straight win when they dismantled Atlas Dabbed, 102.84 to 65.58. They got a lift from Jordan Reed, who led the team with 23.80 points, and John Brown, who got 19.40. It could have been worse. Imma Lose to Kim had a starter score 0 points, Justin Forsett. Atlas Dabbed goes to 0-4 and stays in 20th place. Somebody's got to hold that 20th place. You're doing an ace job, Atlas Dabbed. Ace job. Imma Lose to Kim is in 5th place, having also recently blown through Fustercluck 91.12 to 84.06, and Little Caesar's Legion 88.40 to 61.92. Screw you, Little Caesar's Legion. I'm a little bitter with you. Screw you, man. Screw you, man. Wait a minute. I'm going to have to take a look at Imma Lose to Kim and see what that team had going on this week. Oh, that's why. Man, come on. Come on, Dave. Seriously, look at your lineup. Like, I already knew that Justin Forsett was inactive before the game started, and you just straight up left an inactive guy in your lineup. Luckily, you still won. It is a sad story that you still beat somebody with somebody inactive in your lineup, but I mean, come on, gotta make sure you look at that, you know, make sure you could destroy somebody by even more points. Man, look at your lineup beforehand. Come on, seriously. Lucky you still won, but rookie move. A Team Has No Name versus Nazicake. A Team Has No Name took advantage of 23.60 points from Will Fuller and 19.78 from Brian Hoyer, slipping by Nazicake 92.68 to 88.46. This could have gone either way, with the 4.22 point margin of victory being the 5th smallest recorded in the league this season. For Nazicake, AJ Green and Greg Olson played the role of Maverick and Goose, scoring 28.30 and 18.60 points respectively. Each team left something on the table, as A Team Has No Name had one starter turn in 0 points, and Nazicake also had one. A Team Has No Name with 3-1 with 384.08 points climbs into 4th place, and Nazicake 2-2 with 435.52 points drops to 8th place. All right. Let me see who's on these teams here. Well, sucks for Dwayne Washington. Who the heck is that? Meh. Well, I guess your team would have been greater when, Jimmy Graham was actually worth something. Sorry, Team Has No Name. Sucks for you. Let's see, Mr. Nazicake here. Well, you're not looking so hot right now. Nope. However, just because I'm gonna do this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, well, your team is all right, I guess. Whatever. The only important thing is you people's gonna lose to me, so that's all that matters. Whatever. You just wait your turn. All right, so I guess I have to give a big old thank you to the Fighting Mcafees for beating the panties and bra and every piece of fabric of clothing off of Strippers for Christ. The Fighting Mcafees got 20.60 points from Eddie Royal and 18.68 from Alex Smith, demolishing Strippers for Christ 93.68 to 58.28. The Fighting Mcafees hit their projections and scored 3.4% more than their projected 90.61 points, while Strippers for Christ underwhelmed and got just 71.3% of a projected 81.74, following a 133.44 to 91.06 win against Atlas Dab. Strippers for Christ saw their scoring sink this week. Adding insult to injury, Strippers for Christ had a starter score 0 points, Eric Decker. The Fighting Mcafees 2-2 with 355.54 points climbs into 14th place, and Strippers for Christ 2-2 with 375.66 points drops to 13th place. Ha! Sucker! That's what you get. Alright, well, Mr. Me-Aggie against kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr. Like some kind of dynamic duo, the Denver Broncos defense and Carson Palmer carried Mr. Me-Aggie, leading the way to a 91.92 to 85 victory over kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr. They amassed 15 and 12.52 points, respectively. Mr. Me-Aggie has built up a lot of momentum and remains undefeated. kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr, coming off a 136.20 to 73.68 win against El Mucho Ding Dong, saw their scoring drop substantially this week. kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr 2-2 with 419.88 points drops to 10th, while Mr. Me-Aggie with 434.70 points remains in first place. That's why I can take that fool down. That's all I gotta say about that. Bitterness. What's he even got on this team that even makes it any good? Let me see. All right. Carson Palmer, Doug Baldwin, Stephon Diggs, Terrell Pryor Sr., Lamar Miller, C.J. Anderson, Deion Sims, Jared Cook, Devonta Adams, Jordan Howard, Dan Carpenter, Mason Crosby, Denver. Love how you have 2 kickers. That's cute. Well, you did last week. All right. Let's see what you got for this week. Carson Palmer's out. Jay Cutler's questionable. Crappy quarterbacks, whatever. What? I don't know how the heck you're first place with your crappy team. Whatever. Just because you haven't played me yet. Don't get cocky. Vociferous Ignorance against Fustercluck, who continues to get, well, Fustercluck. Vociferous Ignorance took advantage of 20.90 points from Melvin Gordon and 18.32 from Kirk Cousins, trashing Fustercluck 120.92 to 74.22. You play to win the game. Hello, you play to win the game. Someone please tell this to Fustercluck, who is currently winless. Ezekiel Elliott led Fustercluck with 22.20 points, while Frank Gore racked up 18 points. This game tape won't be broken down at upcoming coaching clinics as both sides missed scoring opportunities. Vociferous Ignorance had one starter turn in 0 points and Fustercluck had one. Vociferous Ignorance 2-2 with 378.48 points climbs into 12th place, and Fustercluck 0-4 with 341.92 points drops to 19th place. But at least you're not in last place. Look at that. Some silver lining right there. Let me see what you got on this team here, guy. Oh, your quarterback is Trevor Simeon. Yep. With Cole Beasley, Victor Cruz. He's not salsaing so much these days. And Sterling Shepard. I would give you some points because, I'm a Giants fan. You got two Giants there, but let's see. You got Ezekiel Elliott, Frank Gore, Julius Thomas, Russell Wilson, Ronald Cobb, Kenneth Dixon, Nick Folk, Miami, and Philadelphia. And I love that you have two defenses. I'll go ahead and tell you something. You don't really need two kickers or two defenses. They're pretty much interchangeable. Just have one of each, and then when they have a bye week, just drop somebody and get another one. It's just, come on, guys. You should spend more time having running backs and wide receivers on your bench than having two kickers and two defenses. It's just a waste of time. Just saying. All right, Daka Prescott ends PutinHarambe's life. Daka Prescott got the second highest score of the week and dismantled PutinHarambe, 128.54 to 47.54. These two teams are tied for 7th place with 2-2 records, but it doesn't tell the whole story, as Daka Prescott has a clear points lead, 444.38 to 304.02. However, Daka Prescott was cheating at some point, just say it. This is the kind of victory the grandchildren will hear about. The 81-point margin of victory was the highest recorded in the league this season. Adding insult to injury, PutinHarambe had two starters score 0 points, Doug Martin and Jordan Cameron. So let's see, PutinHarambe, what happened here? Because there has to be more to the story here. Yep, Doug Martin definitely scored 0 points, and so did Jordan Cameron. And Golden Tate just got you. Oh, man. Wow. Yep, Devin Funches sucked. Oh, nope. Yeah, boy, was that a sucky week for you. Sorry, that's unfortunate. Let's see what we have here. All right. Yeah. You got run over there, PutinHarambe. Well, sorry. No excuses for you, man. Des for Prez and in Harambe We Trust apparently put up as little effort as possible. Des for Prez picked up 18.66 points from Andrew Luck and 14.40 from Carlos Hyde to get the win over in Harambe We Trust, 66.46 to 60.86. Both teams completely failed to meet expectations and apparently probably just went to the locker room halfway through the game, but Des for Prez picked up the win with 68.8% of their projected 99.46 points, following a 110.96 to 71.64 win against Vociferous Ignorance. In Harambe We Trust, saw their scoring drop substantially this week, and we're talking substantially. Des for Prez with 3-1 with 366.58 points, remains in 6th place, and in Harambe We Trust 3-1 with 401.44 points, stays in 2nd place, which is thankful for you because dang, with that weekly grade of F, that's pretty embarrassing. So maybe you guys should finish playing the game before you go and try to get some popcorn and try to hit on the cheerleaders who rejected you anyway, because that was pretty pathetic. But that's okay. But I'm just going to take this time to gloat because I did say that you guys had to start losing at some point. So sorry, Matt, you had to start losing at some point. So I'm going to laugh and I'm going to laugh and throw my head back and laugh at you. Ha 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 ha. And one more time. Ha. El Mucho Ding Dong against the Sons of Odin. Ben Roethlisberger, whose 33.90 points were the 3rd highest point total by a player this week, carried El Mucho Ding Dong past the Sons of Odin 87.70 to 55.10. El Mucho Ding Dong met expectations and put up 5.6% more than their projected 83.05 points, while the Sons of Odin failed to live up to expectations and got just 63.9% of a projected 86.21. Free falling like Tom Petty, the Sons of Odin suffered a significant drop in scoring from last week's 81.96 to 74.98 loss against PutinHarambe. This game tape won't be broken down at upcoming coaching clinics, as both sides missed scoring opportunities. El Mucho Ding Dong had 1 starter turn in 0 points, and the Sons of Odin had 2. El Mucho Ding Dong, 1-3 with 342.54 points, climbs into 18th place, while Sons of Odin, 1-3 with 356.16 points, drops to 17th place. All right, well, let me see here. Oh, really, Cam? You really gotta look at your team before you start Sunday. I mean, you got Darren Sproles and Richard Rogers in there. Wait, and they were on bye. Like, you probably wouldn't have lost if you would have just at some time during the week, actually just switch them out. And I don't want to hear any excuses about, I'm busy, I got a life and all that good stuff, because, all of us have lives. And, I mean, there are some people, that have kids too, and manage to at least swap out 2 players or 2 other ones. I mean, you have another tight end and another running back on your bench, so it could have taken you all like 2 minutes to change them out, and maybe you wouldn't have lost. Come on. Seriously. Fail. Alright, so how is week 5 going to look? Well, apparently I get to stomp on me some Cooters, which sounds uncomfortable. And then after that, Imma Lose to Kim is, well, gonna have a team, has no name, so we'll see how that turns out. Strippers for Christ against the Sons of Odin. Well, hopefully hopefully he doesn't have anybody on bye, so he doesn't have to take the time out of his day to actually move some people around off his bench. Mr. Me-Aggie goes against in Harambe We Trust, so finally, either Mr. Me-Aggie finally gets his first loss, or Matt's just going to have to take another tumble down the mountain. Fustercluck goes against El Mucho Ding Dong, which is, I guess, the fight of the losers. Daka Prescott and Des for Prez, so, Little Caesar's Legion, who I currently dislike right now, against PutinHarambe. Liberty Beans against Vociferous Ignorance with the same record, but Liberty Beans is in 9th and Vociferous Ignorance is in 12th, so we'll see how that goes. Atlas Dabbed is against kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr, and I'm going to go ahead, since it seems like this is just inevitable, that I'm going to go with kmJongiLsBestTeamEvr, because Atlas Dabbed can't Atlas win, so whatever. Nazicake against the Fighting Mcafees, who are both 2-2, but Nazicake is in 8th, and Fighting Mcafees in 14th, so see how that one plays out. So everybody play ball, and Jim Bob's Cooters, get ready to lose. That's all I got for you. Talk to you guys next week.